Residents of East Kanji Berbice, in Region 6, have been assured of government's continued support in the development of their communities, in keeping with the national development drive currently ongoing. Speaking to the residents of East Kanji Saturday, most of whom were employed at the reopened Rose Hall estate, Agriculture Minister Zulfikar Mustafa said that the East Kanji community is once again a hive of activity. Alive again after the heartless actions of the APNU AFC government in closing the estate, turned the community into a ghost town, plunging residents into poverty and tearing families apart. The Agriculture Minister reminded that since the reopening of the Rose Hall estate, nearly 1,300 residents of the East Kanji area are now gainfully employed at the estate, impacting the economic realities of approximately 1,000 families. According to Minister Mustafa, it took $12 billion to rehabilitate and operationalize the Rose Hall factory and fields, an investment that is already showing signs of bearing fruit.
When Rose Hall Kanji was closed, the entire area, I came here many times. I remember the General Secretary and myself was at that way called the Jansa area, a Delphi area coming around there. People, you could see the disappointment in people in Kanji. The workers who were working at the sugar estate, you could have seen the disappointment. And we made a commitment there that when we get back into government, we will reopen the Rose Hall estate. And today I'm happy to be the Minister of Agriculture, and Rose Hall estate is operational. And it's going back to its former day, the former glory. They told me they made a day spade this morning, last week. So that means the estate is getting back to where it was prior to its closure. But we have expended a lot of money. Almost $12 billion was expended to reopen Rose Hall estate. Because when we went there, I can remember I went there, I made a visit to Region 6. And when I went there, the entire estate, when you go there, almost all the equipment were dilapidated. The factory was, when you look at it, totally, it was a total mess. And we had to go back and start from scratch. And when you look at the expenditure, when you look at the cultivation, the entire cultivation was taken up by forests. Those cultivation that was left down. We had to clear back, we had to till back the land. We are now doing mechanization, and that is the way that we want to go. Because Rose Hall today employs almost 1,300 persons. 1,300 persons, 1,219 persons employed at Rose Hall now. Let us look at the facts. Let me tell you. You take out that 1,219 persons. You multiply those by 4, average 4. See how many persons you have. Right? 4, 12, 48. Those persons will be out of bread. And those persons were placed on the bread line by the former government. The services were terminated. We have to fight and struggle with the workers to get a severance pay. You all remember Noel Holder, who was the Minister of Agriculture, said they don't want to give them the severance pay all in one. The man got finished and done with the money. Right? They give them in 2 tranches. And we had to go to court, threatened to go to court. And all the comrades who are working there today now were out of employment. Some of them, 1, 2 of them came from Albion who were transferred and who lucky, who could have get employment at Albion and Blairmont. But the majority of the 1,219 persons that are employed here were out of employment. And you take out that money, you take out that earnings from that 1,219 persons weekly from Kanji. You expect Kanji could have survived? That is why Kanji, this area, the entire Kanji was like a ghost town.
Minister Mustafa posited that, because of the breath of life infused by the operations of the Rose Hall estate, Kanji is once again a thriving community.
Now you see back the kind of activities, the village economy being started up back again because money is circulating not only amongst the sugar workers, and you have the direct and indirect beneficiary. The sugar workers who are the direct beneficiary, when they earn their money, they're going to spend it in the community. And those persons providing services in the community now, they will be part of the benefit of the money that Gaisuko spends and pay their workers. They will be benefit from that too, because they are providing a service which the workers will have to pay for. If the workers they get money, they can't pay those persons. So the taxi driver, the shopkeeper, the seamstress, the hairdresser, you take all those services. They can't survive. The market vendors. So those are the things. When we were in the opposition, and they say they will close the sugar industry, these factories, these estates, Wales, Enmore, Rose Hall, and Skeldon. We told them that they should not close these estates, that they should first of all conduct an economic impact study. What will be the effect of the closure of these industries or these factories? They don't bother with us.
Those in attendance at the East Kanji meeting were given an update on government's efforts at returning Gaisuko to profitability, with Minister MUSTAPHA stressing that government is looking closely at management, with a view to ensuring that the entity is properly managed.
The agriculture sector grew by 11% last year, but sugar has declined. Sugar has declined because of the state of the industry that we took over in 2020. We have to do a lot of work, and continue work in progress that we will continue to do. For example, we have to rebuild, first of all, the factory itself. A number of new parts in the factory, rehabilitate new areas in the factory. We have to do a lot of clearing of the plantation back, the cultivation. We are now mechanizing the cultivation, changing the type of beds that they have it. I believe Rosala would have done already 27% of their mechanization. Why? Because we want Gaisuko to be in line with other industries. This year, Gaisuko target is set at 100,000 metric tons, 104,000 metric tons of sugar. I am hoping that they can make it, because what we have now in the system, we have a lot of the cultivation, we have better cane, better variety of canes, and we have more sugar. The factory is more efficient, but we still have a concern with management. I myself have been meeting with Gaisuko and almost twice monthly to look at the management. We already made some changes, move around some managers, move out some of them, and I'm still hoping that workers, I already told managers that anytime I found them to be in breach of silencing workers in the estate, we'll get serious problems. We have to work together, and we have to build the workers' moral. I just was speaking to a worker out there. Still tell me they got problem. I hope they can raise it here. That we deal with the issue. Right? Workers should not be as the big boss. Right? We must work together. If we want Gaisuko to achieve its objective, we don't get boss and buy a Gaisuko. We have to bring everybody together, to work together. The target for Rosa this year is how much? 7,000 tons? 7,000 tons before scrap. So I hope they told me they can make it.
The Agriculture Minister urged residents to be vigilant in the coming months, as many will come making grandiose promises of granting every wish under the sun, stressing that the development process under the PPPC government has started, and much has been achieved over the last 4 years, setting the stage for the next term of office.
So the development process has just started, comrades. This first term and next term, we are building an economy for 2030 and beyond. The heavy burden is on now. Now is the time that everybody have to work together. If you look at the IMF review, the team came that left a couple of days ago. They complement what the government is doing. They complement how the government is running the country, the IMF team. They complement what we are doing to empower people economically, to ensure people have more disposable income. And when you have a review like that from an international body like the International Monetary Fund, you have to do something good, but they make a review like that. And our country is going in good direction, and that is the recognition being given by the International Monetary Fund. So comrades, I know I've been going on for too long. I will want to listen to y'all, but rest assured, people will come around, make all kinds of promises, and when election finish, they forget about you. Unlike us, we are here in the good times, we are here in the bad times, and we will be here for the rest of the time so that we will work with you. We will work with you to ensure that we develop this country. Thank you very much.
Residents of the East Kanji community were also given the opportunity to raise issues of concern to them, with most resolved on the spot or to be resolved in the days ahead.